All right, guys, welcome to the what is this, episode 4 of the Thursday?
Four of the lights.
Yep, it's me, Justin, co-host Cedric. How you doing, Ced?
What's up, big dog? Chilling, just chilling.
Ellen, getting ready for these playoff games later. You got,
Oh.
got an early prediction?
Ooh, I don't know, man. It's gonna be. Uh, I want to say, man, the Commanders looked nice yesterday, but I think it's probably the Eagles, or well, no, the Ravens. If not the Ravens, the Eagles. But the Ravens would have to shoot themselves in their own foot to lose this out.
It's gonna be that game today, Ravens Bills. That's the one I'm looking forward to. That's gonna be a
Yeah.
good game. I'm all in on the Ravens bandwagon right now because the Bears aren't shit. So
Yeah, Steelers, you see how it is. We went 0 for shit the last half that season. Oh, killing me.
So we don't have any guests for you guys this week. We'll get somebody on next week. Just the timing didn't work out, but this week we got 3 questions people asked, and then last week somebody asked for the story of the time I accidentally worked a porno shoot. So we'll tell that little story for everyone.
That
And so let's get started with these questions. So question number one that they asked, what is the worst pickup line a girl ever gave you? Or do you have any stories of, a girl trying to hit on you and it just going wrong?
yeah, as far as me, I haven't had any pickup lines. I just had some just drunk conversations of girls trying to pick you up. There's no lines or whatever, but just yeah, just nastiness. Yeah, I don't have to say pickup lines, but
I don't have a pickup line story for you, but I do have a story where a girl was trying to get at you, and it was funny as hell. Because you were like, "I'm married," and she was like, "That doesn't matter." And then remember, it was the white girl and the dude. We were at the doors at the end of the night, and then the dude was like, "Hey, bro, she lets all the brothers hit."
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that was. I was like, nah, I'm good on that one, partner. He's like, no, come on, man. I'm like, nah, good. I was like, married, take it off.
I just remember it because you were standing here, dude's right here. I'm on the other side, and it's cold. I got my arms folded. I'm like freezing. And I remember he said that, and I just gave you like a sideways look. Trying so hard not to laugh. I was like, what did you just
What
say?
is it? I was like, bro. I was like, y'all got to get a taxi, get it on, man. And then, but I mean, we can't say, but we know how that story ended with that chick.
Yeah, yeah. It's a wild ending with that girl because he wasn't lying.
No,
He
he
wasn't lying.
wasn't. He wasn't.
And
But
then the way her story ended was a little bit different. But yeah, we probably can't tell that.
yeah, we don't need to tell. Oh man.
We'll tell pretty much any story on here, but there's still some lines we
Yeah,
tiptoe around.
there's a gray area in there we probably just don't want to touch.
Oh man. So like Zoe alluded to last week on the pod, I got hit on a lot on the job. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to sound cocky, I'm not trying to sound arrogant. It's just, I tell my wife all the time, I'm a solid 6. I'm a solid 6. I've lived days as an 8. I've lived days as a 4, but for the most part, I'm a solid 6. But when you mix that alcohol into it, and then there's something about just being security at a bar, it automatically elevates you 2 points.
Yeah.
So the girls at Wild Bills, I was a 10 to a lot of them, which it didn't make any sense to me. I didn't know why I was happening, but yeah, I hit on a lot. And none of them were pretty. So
He said none of them were.
the first line I ever got, you already know where I'm going with this.
Oh yeah.
It was hand stuff.
It's the house.
Hand stuff. That was the worst line I've ever gotten, the funniest line I've ever gotten in my life.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't remember if it was a Thursday night. She was an every nighter. She bartended at the bar.
Yep.
And she wasn't a bad looking girl. She was one of those girls where if she wasn't a train wreck, she probably would have been like a solid 8. But she,
Yeah.
she was a train wreck. You could tell
Yeah.
she was a train wreck. And the way you knew she was a train wreck, she bartended across the street. She bartended the day shift. So anybody who's worked in the industry, the day
Uh,
shift bartender. That's not.
it's not the A class.
She'd come in after her shift and she'd get drunk. She'd hit on me. And one night she comes up and she's got it all laid out. She's got this plan. She's like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back to my place. We're gonna do some hand stuff. Exactly the motion she made too. She put her hands up by her face. She wiggled them around. She's like, we're gonna do some hand stuff,
Ooh.
and I'll make you some cereal. Or no, I'll make you breakfast in the morning.
Dude,
That was a lot.
bro, that was the funniest thing I ever heard in my life, man. Dude, if you guys would know, man, every time, because she was an every nighter, she walk in there. As soon as she walk in, we see Justin. Justin.
Yep, that was it. We'll go back to my place. We'll do some hand
Yes.
stuff. I'll make you breakfast in the morning. And this girl, Thursday night girl, it's not like we were going to be talking a full continental spread for the breakfast. It was probably going to be she's going to pour some frosted flakes in a bowl.
Well, say you got some cereal on your way, bro.
All the girls out there, you're trying to entice a man to come over. Hand stuff, it's about the least.
Yeah. You ain't about to get nobody over there at 3 o'clock in the morning with some hand stuff.
And then we called her hand stuff the rest of.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I called her to her face many times.
Because I remember you were talking to her, you were sitting there, you was like, hands. I was like, is he calling her that to her face? Oh shit.
There were so many times I'd call her it in the most annoyed tone. Like there's one time, remember that long-haired dude she used to come in with?
Oh yeah.
He'd want to start shit and we toss him out and whatever. She was mad that we tossed him out, and I was like, hand stuff, shut the fuck up.
Hand stuff.
There. And then
was that different? That wasn't hand stuff that I caught in the booth, was it?
No, that was Hand Stuff's friend.
Oh yeah. Because I know she was with her. Yeah.
And then there was another time where Hand Stuff was like trying to cry to me about something.
Yeah.
Looked at her, made direct eye contact, and said, "Hand Stuff, I don't have time for this."
I remember you coming up, you're like, I am not the dude for this. And I was just like, oh, I was like, dude, she's crying, man.
Not the dude for that. But
I think it was over some dude because I think I got the conversation. Yeah, I get that. I was like, oh, geez.
I'm remembering it wrong, or was like the girl she always came in with? Wasn't she like your wife's cousin or something?
Not that one.
Not that one.
That one. It was remember when we were sitting there and she said like, oh yeah, she's sleeping on the couch. Oh yeah, and I watch your kid and I was like, she's got a kid.
Yeah,
that was her cousin.
Yeah. That's a different story. We'll tell that one.
Yeah, we'll tell that one. Yeah, that's a good one.
But yeah, that's by far the worst pickup line I ever got. Worst pickup line I ever overheard happened to Jimmy. You remember that one? Oh man, me and Jimmy, end of the night, we had both been working there for like a month maybe. So end of the night, you told us to watch the bathrooms. So this big old girl comes up, probably 400 pounds, big girl. And she's like, I need to use the bathroom. And me and Jimmy are like, nah, it's closed. Sorry, you can't. And she looks at him. She's like, you kind of cute. And he's like, just nods like, thanks. And she's like, I want to sit on your face till you suffocate. And just walked away. You don't remember that one? I think we're having some technical difficulties here. Might have lost said. Oh, got said back now.
Yeah, right here.
You able to hear any of that last part?
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right, let me bring it back. So it's end of a Thursday night. Me and Jimmy go in the bathroom doors, and this big girl comes up, probably $4 bills. And she looks at Jimmy and she's like, you kind of cute. And he's like, oh, thanks. She's like, I want to sit on your face till you suffocate.
Damn. Oh, that's I remember that chick because she it was her and she came with these two other chicks all the time. I remember her. Yeah.
I just remember I looked at Jimmy and I was like,
that's a rough night right there. I remember Jimmy's face, man. He was like, dude, I didn't even know how to respond to that.
He's a police officer now, but I'm sure he'd tell you that's probably top 5 scariest moments of
yeah. I saw fear in his eyes. He was like, I didn't even know how to respond. Like, what do you say? He's like, I didn't know what to say. Yeah.
But yeah, those are the worst lines we've heard. I mean, we got other ones we could go
No,
into too, but none of them as funny as hands.
hand stuff was
Question number two, somebody asked, and this is a you question because I was
yeah.
alive for it, but I was just a young kid for it.
Oh yeah.
You were around for the Incredible Hulk era, and for those of you that don't know the Incredible Hulk, it's a drink where you mix, I believe, Hypnotic, Sprite, and Hennessy together.
No Sprite,
Okay.
Hypnotic and Hennessy. Yeah, let that thing ride. Yeah, this was man. I remember. Shoot, that was. I don't even think because you know what? I was in the army. That was still. I was just to be in the army. I remember when they were talking about that. They're like Incredible Hulk, Incredible Hulk. I'm like, what the hell, Incredible Hulk? Because back then, I was. It was all like Cavassier and Hennessy. I was drinking. I mean, man, straight to the head. And they're like, and I remember that Hypnotic came out, and I wasn't too much into that stuff because it was kind of sweet. I mean, it was they labeled it like a kind of like a cognac, but it was like bright blue. I mean, like electric blue. And so they're like, hey, you mix up Hypnotic and Hennessy, and it turns it green. It's the Incredible Hulk. I'm like, I ain't too much. I don't want too big of mixing. I was like, let me try this out. Man, dude, that combination is deadly. You throw that thing in there and that stuff just illuminates green. It's just like, and the reason they call it Incredible Hulk because once that get into your system, you feel like nothing can stop you. Nothing. And I can't even, like I said, I was still in the army, so I wasn't doing security at that point, but I can only imagine, man, they had to have them people up in there in the bars on that stuff. Oh, nuts.
Yeah. By the time I started working security in 2009, I think that era was
Yeah.
kind of gone. I remember in high school, we're talking junior year, so 2006 range.
Mm,
Music Mafia was everywhere. And if
yeah.
Mafia is all hypnotic, hypnotic, hypnotic. So before the homecoming dance, we got one of our boys, his older brother bought us a bottle of hypnotic. And man, I remember me, him, our two dates, we were high school kids, and we drank that bottle, just the four of us.
Damn.
We were fine because, like you said, I remember drinking it and I was like, this tastes like Kool-Aid. This really
Yeah.
isn't
You kind
anything.
of, you kind of got a little kick, but it wasn't. Yeah.
Girls, man, I'll never forget the girls. She eventually, not my date, his date, she threw up everywhere, and it just bright blue, and
Uh,
do they even make Hypnotic anymore?
I haven't seen it. I don't know if they took that thing off the market. They might have took it off just for the fact for that Incredible Hulk because that was doing some weird shit to people. And
Man,
I'll date myself too. I don't know if we got any older viewers out there. I'll date myself, but you wouldn't know anything about this. You was probably still in the womb when the Cisco was out. Dude, they had a thing called Cisco. Man, this stuff was they had it in flavors, but it was damn, I don't want to say it was a cognac, but this stuff, bruh. Deciding they called it liquid crack. Dude, the first time I had this stuff was at a house party. Shoot, I was in high school. Yeah, you probably was still in the womb. Yeah, I was in high school, and I remember they were like Cisco, and it came out in these little bottles. It was like this. They wouldn't give you a whole lot of it because I guess they know the potency. It's like this, kind of like just a long cylinder bottle. We were sitting there drinking on it because everybody heard about Cisco, blah, blah, blah. Dude, I sat at this house party. I remember on a fireplace staring at the TV. TV wasn't on. And I sat the whole party. I remember boys picking me up and saying, hey, we gotta go. And I remember just sitting and I was asking my boys the next day what happened. They're like, dude, you didn't move from the fireplace. And that was the last time I had that mess. And the thing is, they went and they took it off the market.
potent.
Yeah, that stuff was Woo.
I remember going back to, high school days, we drank a lot in high school. I mean, when I think I had my first drink freshman year of high school, and then you play football, so you drink it and you doing whatever.
Yeah.
This was the time when music, like, they were drinking songs out there, you know.
Yeah.
I know you're not a Tech Nine guy, but he had this song in that same Hypnotic era, talking 2006, 2007, called Caribou. You ever heard of that?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it's this drink, and the song is all about how to make the drink. So we made it at a party, and we all got fucked. We all might have got alcohol poisoning that night. I went to high school in a small town. This was a barn party. You probably don't know nothing about
I don't
those.
know nothing about yeah.
Up to the dude's farm. His parents are gone for the weekend. His barn, you just party in the barn.
Oh,
And,
nice.
and the cops come, you running through cornfields. I have many
Damn.
stories of running through cornfields in high school, but I
See,
never got a minor. So, of course, um, but Caribou, what it is you take a whole bottle of 151 rum,
Ooh,
pineapple juice, and then a whole bottle of Malibu rum, and you mix it all together,
damn.
punch bowl, and you just go at it. And let me tell you, man, that there's something about the pineapple juice and the Malibu rum takes out, so you don't even feel the 151 rum because it's just straight up 151 rum. There's no flavoring to it or nothing. It's high proof rum.
Just sneaking up on you.
You get fucked up. It's one of them things where you feel fine 1 minute, and then 2 minutes later you're like, oh, I'm gone.
You're skipping through the cornfields.
I mean, those drinks, Hypnotic, Incredible Hulk, Caribou, whatever they used to make songs about that shit, man, you get fucked up.
Yeah, they don't make them like that anymore. I don't know if this generation can handle it. Hell, I don't even know if they can handle it. Shoot, if they brought the Incredible Hulk back now.
Handle that. I know an era you would have been working security in because it was right before I started working security. Literally, like, we did it the whole summer because I started working security summer when I was 19. So this would have been the summer between freshman and or senior and freshman year of college. And then I remember that whole winter, my first year of college. This is all we drank. You remember the Yag Bomb era?
Oh my gosh, man! And the thing is, bro, that was I was working in that one. The thing is with me, and I mean, to anybody else that's like Jägermeister, I can't do it.
I can't do it anymore.
Man, that smell like, and people used to down them things, man.
Me and my boys, we got stories where we were doing like 10, 15 of them. Like, it was the same thing, we were 18, 19 years old. A friend would have an older brother hook us up with a bottle of Yag. You would get it the night before. You'd plan a party for, Friday, Saturday, whatever. You get it the night before, you'd stick it in the freezer for 24 hours so it'd come out real cold. And that shit's like thicker than cough syrup. So
it is.
And yeah, and then the hardest part was just getting that much Red Bull because you go through so much Red Bull.
I just seen people. I remember people in bars just hyped up because I mean they're just down them with Red Bull, so you hyped up and 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 this was when I first started working at Wild Bills, and dude came in there and he was doing Yeg bombs. It was him and three other guys, and I remember we had them out, and I was still new coming in, so then when we came in, they made like the new guys stand outside and wait for the taxis to come out for the dudes. Man, this guy was trying to throw up. It was the funniest and most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, all you heard was just heaving, and he's like, "Dude, it won't come out." Yeah, yeah. I mean, dude, he would have just a little bit of just Jägermeister and whatever else he ate. Dude, I was like, man, you got to drink some water, man, and try to force that stuff out. But I remember he was just going over. He's like, it just won't come out. And I remember the taxi came, got his two friends. He was like, I'm not taking him. He's going to throw up. And I'm like, oh, my God. I think I talked him into going to Perkins.
That's the thing about it, man. We had so many parties where it was just straight up Yag Bomb, Yag Bomb, Yag Bomb. And a lot of people threw up. And it's one of them things you don't forget it because something about how thick it is, it comes out.
I don't even imagine how it come. Yeah, I just remember, dude, he was like, I could feel his pain. He's like, it's just not coming up. And like you would see little bits of freaking Red Bull Like he couldn't get that. Yeah, I'm like, dude, that's something you might not want to do.
I think I've drank everything there is to drink. We had an Everclear era for a little bit.
Oh
That
yeah, I remember that one.
man,
That
that
was
was shit.
that was college. We made a punch out of that. That was
Oh, that should we would dare, like, you know me, man. If you dare me to do something, you don't even have to offer it. You just like, I bet you won't, and I'm like, I bet you won't take a shot of it. I bet you won't take a pull of it. And I would, and I've never felt a burn like that in my life.
it's different, dude. That Everclear, man, and it looks so peaceful in the bottle, but then when that thing goes down, oh my gosh.
I'm pretty sure I could put it in my Jeep and run the
Oh
engine.
yeah,
That shit
oh
is
yeah. I think some. I don't know if the dude was lying, but I think he said he put it in. He's either a chainsaw or a lawnmower, and it started up. I was like,
to this day, I think I could do a shot of that. I could do a shot of Hennessy. I wouldn't want to, but I could. If you threw a shot of Yag in front of me, though, I couldn't do it. I would gag. I'd be like, nope, can't do it. Too much in my youth. Can't do it.
nah. The two things I can't do a shot of now. I can't do Jägermeister, and I can't do gin.
Gin.
Bruh, gin just me and gin we don't mix right.
I never got into it.
I had an era dude in Memphis where, man, that was it. Everywhere you saw me, man, on the weekend, I had and in Memphis they had Seagram's had a bottle made of ready-made gin and juice. I used to put that thing in the fridge on Monday, and then my Friday, killing it. Yeah, I can't even smell gin now.
Yeah. All right, last question we got here. What was your most embarrassing moment during your security career?
Ooh. I was trying to think about. Oh yeah. Oh. Okay, so I was at Majors. So we had, I don't know what it was. It had to be the bees, Fat Tuesdays. It was Fat Tuesday. And some strange reason, the freaking manager there wanted to do these bead things, and because here the draws in a lot of people. So I'm like, oh crap. So because I know when I walked in, the back counter checking in, there were just bags and bags of beads. We're gonna hand them out, and whoever has the most beads at the end of the night is gonna get like $100 gift card or something or whatever. I was like, dude, you are asking for it. I was like, you might want to pull these blinds, man, or come close. I was like, because it's gonna be crazy in here, which it did. But the I remember they had a group of 4 Asian chicks. They were going there and drinking all night, whatever, this and the beads, whatever. And I remember one Asian chick like hit. It was weird because she was talking to the chick and she had 2 like Corona bottles and went over the chick's head, not on her head, but over her head. And like glass flew, and she had like some strapless thing on, and like she had glass stuck to her. And I remember I had a service take her in the back. I'm like, you got to get like wet towels, like dampen and get the glass or whatever. And I was grabbing the chick, turn around, I grabbed the chick, you got to get up out of here. And boom, boom. And she's just screaming, I didn't do it. I'm like, yeah, you broke the glass in front of my face, blah, blah, blah. Call the cops. So I'm getting out there. She's cussing and screaming, I didn't do anything. And blah. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, dang, they're cussing this chick out. I was like, you lucky they don't lock you up for that shit, man. It's like assault, whatever, this and that. And another chick walks out and it's her friend. And she's like, I was looking for you. What are you doing? She's like, this asshole threw me out. I was like, you know what you did? It's like, what did she do? I was like, she broke the bottle over it. She's like, no, that was me. I like, man, I don't know if I profile somebody, I just turned around and grabbed the Asian chick. I was like, oh, she was like, I told you, dickhead, it wasn't me. I'm like, oh. So then I flipped it. Why you didn't tell me it was your friend then? And boom. I'm like, both of y'all get out. I came back in me. I was like, oh shit. I was like, did I profile somebody? I just grew it around and grabbed somebody and just threw them out there. I was like, oh crap. That was embarrassing, man.
We all been in those situations where something crazy happens.
Yeah.
With some person, but it's such a big crowd, you can't really.
Yeah, there was just like a lot of. I was like, my bad.
Oh man, I mean, I worked a lot of years in security. Had a lot of embarrassing shit happen. One of them I'm not gonna tell because we need to just make that a whole episode. The ice story, that's pretty embarrassing, but that's a whole episode story. That's
And that was a couple of them.
yeah, we can't compact that one. That one's pretty bad. First one comes to mind. I don't know if you were there or not. Fight breaks out, parking lot. Dan is in the west side. I'm at the door.
Mhm.
Dan, he runs there, handle the dude. Dude starts swinging on Dan, piecing him up. So I go, full sprint, and I just hit the dude full speed, Ray Lewis style tackle. Remember, I
Nice.
took out the side view mirror with him, just boom, just into a car on the ground. He's done right away. I'm sitting, holding him, waiting till the cops get there. And cop gets there. She's probably in her mid 20s, good looking cop. I was kind of surprised. Apple Valley, I don't know. She good looking cop.
Uh,
Um, but I stand up and she looks at me and she goes, "Hey man, your dick's out." And I look
oh,
down jeans. My jeans that all I had ran had split, like the inseam had split all the way up the crotch.
oh shit.
And it was, of course, it was a day. It was, of course, a day where I was coming straight from the gym, and I forgot to pack underwear, so I was commando on this.
You just out there, just day slanging.
And my dumb ass, I look down, I look at her, I look down again, I look at her, and of course, I make the situation even worse. I'm like, it's like 20 degrees outside. It's like whatever you say, buddy, and I just cover up, and I don't even think I turned my radio in that night. I think I went straight to the car and drove. I'm out. I'm out of here.
Oh, she's like, listen, I just tackled somebody with my dick out. I'm good.
So I don't know how it happened because it's like, a lot of dudes wore skinny jeans. I can't fit into skinny jeans. My legs are too, my calves are too, that shit. So I don't know. I don't know how the jean, maybe they might have just been old jeans and just.
I mean, with the cold, it's probably sliding on that ground. Like it's cold as shit out there.
Yeah, but I'm talking like straight up from like the knee all the way up to the zipper. Just
oh shoot.
balls hanging out.
I'm
looking down like, oh shit.
Like, damn. That's right. That's crazy.
And then the second one I got, you'll remember this one. So it's the end of the night. These twins used to come in, and they were cute twins. They dance together, whatever.
Yeah.
They'd always come in, and one of them comes up to me. She's talking and flirting a little bit, and I'm flirting back, and she's like, "So are you single?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she points. She's like, "My friend thinks you're cute," and she points at
a dude.
And I just looked at her, and I was like, "Hey, I'm not gay." and she just blushed. Like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," and she ran away. And I mean, I've nothing against the community. I'm an ally, but when you're a 25-year-old single dude and somebody says, "My friend thinks you're cute," and then they point at a dude, it makes you rethink some things in your life.
Dude, I remember you came to the other side of the bar. You said, "Hey, am I giving a vibe?" What? So what are you talking about? He's like, so she came. I was like, "Yeah, how'd that go?" Yeah, she was asking for a friend. I was like, "Her sister friend?" He's like, "No, the dude." I was like, oh shit.
Man, dude. So I wasn't gonna say shit. I was just gonna, just tuck that away and just go on with my night. But I think it was Cassie was at the beer tub, and she heard all of it, and she was cracking up. And then she told Bo.
Yeah, you know what?
The worst motherfucker in town.
Yeah.
And then he told everybody. So then I had to go around and,
Yeah.
I'll never forget the security meeting. Brian's like, anything eventful happened tonight? And Bo's dumbass is just like, Justin got hit up by a dude. Like, I got hit up by a girl.
he sent her friend over to tell her.
Like, what goes to this?
Remember that? You were like, am I giving off a vibe or something? Do I? I'm like, nah, man, you good.
I'm exaggerating. I went to everybody. I went to Bree. I went to Sophie, I went to Cassie. I went to every server, even the ones I didn't like talking.
Yeah.
All of them. And I was like, am I giving off a vibe here? What's going on?
Oh man, because I remember I was looking, I was like, oh man, he got one of the twins to talk.
Nah.
He's like, nah, let's go.
That was embarrassing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's. I mean, unless you got any other embarrassing stories you can think of.
Uh,
I
the
know
only
the only time. So Cedric doesn't blush. I don't know. I don't
yeah.
know if it's a black thing. I don't know if you guys blush. You turn when you get embarrassed. You turn like pale.
Yeah.
Yeah, you turn gray. It's funny as hell. And I've only seen it happen a handful of times, but the one I'll never forget was that lady who she like spilled her drink on purpose, and you were like, Justin, you can go clean that up. And I was like, I'm not going anywhere near.
Yeah. Because she was like, man, she was on your kid a whole night. The whole night.
Yep. You want to tell them what she
Yeah. So
did?
I'm going over, I'm like, man. And I remember because it was early, right at the beginning, as we're like sweeping and stuff. And I was like, well, let me just grab this bucket. So I'm going over there and I'm like, in the drinks, I was like, you need to, refill the drink or whatever. She's like, no, that wasn't my drink. I'm like, what? She's like, no, your friend over there did this to me and I couldn't hold it. I was like, man, my soul dropped. I was like, oh, because the thing is, you had to see her face. And I'm just like,
Oh,
I was like, yeah, I put the bucket in there. I just rolled. I just kept rolling back into the back. I'm like, I'm never going around there for the rest of the night. No, 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 no.
I just remember I was sitting there and I was watching it, and then she said something to you, and you stopped what you were like sweeping, and you literally stopped and you froze. And you looked at her, and then all the color just left your face.
Man,
You didn't even like finish sweeping. You just
I was like,
walked.
nah. I was like, yeah, this is the night. I'm not going around this area. And the weird thing is that was a Saturday night. Sunday night, I went in there like with the kids and we went to eat. And I'm sitting there eating and I look over and guess who's in the booth by the window? She's there with her husband and two kids. I was like, oh, she looked over and then looked down. She never made eye contact. Cause I was looking at her just like, like, I wonder if your husband knows what you did last night.
Remember you came up and I was talking at the beer tub to Cassie, and you were like, I was like, what'd she say to you? And you were like, she said she didn't spill her drink. She just looked at you and got really wet. And I
Yeah.
lost it. I was like,
And
wait.
she had some weird look on her face. I was like, nope, picked the broom, doom, doom. I was like, yep, not going around there the whole night.
She had harassed me for like 2 hours that night too. So last
Yeah.
episode with Zoe, we said, we had that code where if things were extreme, I'd be like, yeah, that shot girl's my girlfriend, the beer tub girl's my girlfriend, whatever. Cassie was at the beer tub. And I pointed to Cassie. I'm like, yeah, that's my girlfriend over there. She gets jealous. And then this old ass lady, she's like, she can watch. And I was like, nope, nope.
Ooh, nope. Yep, done. Yeah, that she was extra the whole night, dude. It was funny. That was nuts.
Yeah, she was crazy, man. She was crazy.
I remember I know another embarrassing one. There's a dude, I know you remember this, that I'm sitting out front with Big A and Chad, and all of a sudden we just hear rumbling from the west side. I'm like, what the? I hear like mumbling, little cussing and mumbling like motherfucker, motherfucker. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I'm walking over there. All of a sudden, I see you dragging this dude. And mind you, it's like, dude's got to be like 9, 10 degrees out. You're dragging the dude up. He's got his shirt like all the way up because you're dragging him. You got him choked out. He's asleep. And dude had a, he's wearing the big pants with no belt sagging. So he's dragging. His pants roll all the way down. So you driving this dude, you just dump him out in the front. His shirt's rolled up over his neck and his pants. Now he just got to sit there, dig out. I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" You just remember you walk on the backside, you just cussing like this motherfucker. Like I don't this motherfucker. I'm like, what the hell? So then, what was dude's name? Big John comes around. Yeah, Big John comes around. Oh, here's his shoes. Boom. And I was like, what the hell just happened? And so dudes out there and these girls are just walking by and they're like, ew. I mean, dude, they got mine is just like 9 degrees out. And then Dan comes up there, he's just slapping his head. He's like, hey, dude, you're turtling. And that shit was funny as hell. He got up and was like, oh man. I mean, he was half butt naked out there in the cold. I'm like, bro, time for you to go home.
Yeah, that's not an embarrassing story for me. That's an embarrassing story for that dude.
That dude was big. Yeah, he was, man. I remember he had a whole life story
Oh
because
man,
he was,
he was it was one of those things where it's like, bro, this is so stupid. Like you getting yourself in trouble over some dumb shit. Because we had the no sagging the pants rule, and he kept
yeah,
his pants down below his ass, and I gave him 3 warnings, which I usually don't do, but then the fourth time I was like, all right, man, I'm sick of babysitting, like you gotta go. So I walked him out the side patio, and he's talking shit. And then he like stepped to me, and I just grabbed him and just boom, threw him into the wall. He dropped, and I scoop him, and I just start dragging him, not realizing I was choking him out. And he was out cold, naked.
I mean, yeah, because we were going. I'm like, what the hell is happening right now? So I'm like, because all here, I think I heard the thud against the side of the building, and that was the thing. And then I just heard mumbling, motherfucker, guys, mother. I'm like, what the going on? All of a sudden, dude's just laid out, shirt by his neck, over his head, pants are dragged down, no shoes on. I'm like, where in the hell just happened?
Yeah, because his pants were down by his ankles.
Yeah,
So as I dragged him, his boxers just started falling down too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just sitting there, just I mean, just groups of girls walking by, and they just like, ew. I'm like, oh, dude, and I wasn't touching them. When I took my foot and I was on his chest, like, hey, get up. I was like, yeah, that was funny as hell.
That's how you know I was mad too, is I didn't realize I was choking him. I had like a grip under his armpits.
Uh,
Really, I had a hand under his chin a little bit.
yeah, he was out.
He was a fat dude. He was like 300 pounds.
Yeah, he was out.
And the reason I was cussing so much is one, I was mad. Two, if you ever drag just straight up dead weight, it's hard. It's
Yeah,
really hard. So that lets you know how mad I was that I was dragging 300 pounds of dead weight. And I was like, this motherfucker, I'm getting him up front one way or another.
yeah. He was right there at the edge of the sidewalk. I was like, what the hell is going on right now? And Big John, oh, here's his shoes. I'm like, is somebody tell me what's going on? Yeah, dude had a whole life story of having babies, wife cheating. I'm like, hey, bro, this ain't the place you need to be there.
Yep, we changed his life because we never saw him again.
No, nope. That's how you do. End up butt naked in front of a club. Keep you out them streets.
So the last thing we got today, got about a half hour left in this episode.
Mhm.
People want to hear they requested it last week, but we had Zoe on, and this is a long story, and it's a funny ass story. It's a wild story. It's one of those stories I tell them people are like, you got to be lying, and I'm like, I promise you, I'm not lying about this one. The time I got tricked into working a porn shoot.
Funniest thing ever, ever.
Oh man, and the reason this is kind of a solo story, like nobody was with me on it, but Cedric was getting live updates the whole time. I'm texting the whole time, like play by play. I'm like, hey man, she's spreading her shit.
she, but hey, she is busting it open right now. I'm like, where are you at?
So let me give you guys a little backstory on this one. So we're working. Was she a bartender?
No, she was a server.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was fairly new. She'd been there for like a month.
Mhm.
Polynesian girl, kind of cute. And one day she's like, "Hey, do you work security like outside of this?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Would you do like private security?" And like me and you had dabbled in some private security
Yeah.
before. So I was like, "Yeah, I mean, what do you need? Or you got somebody you need?" She's like, "Well, I model, and this guy, it's a new photographer I've never worked with before, so I would just like to have a security presence there. I'll pay you $200 for the day. you just hang out during the photo shoot. And I'm like, that sounds good to me. What
Good money.
kind of photo shoot we talking about? She's like, what the fuck she call it? Boudoir, I think
Uh,
for it. And
yeah.
I don't know what that is. I'll say yeah.
Yeah. He's like, all right, cool.
Remember, I went to Whitney and I was like, "Hey, is boudoir like is that porn? What are we talking here?" She's like, "No, no, it's just like underwear and stuff." And I think I even went to you. It was like, what do you know about like?
Uh, I was like, shh. I knew it was usually, I don't know, wives usually do it for their husbands for the birthday or some picture. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, it should be pretty tasteful. You should be good.
So I agree to do it. The day rolls around, and I understand what boudoir is by the time it's happening. It's supposed
Uh,
to be in the underwear, a little more high class underwear, and
yeah,
not
yeah.
just panties and thong. It's usually like the leggings, the whole get up, whatever. So I pick her up, and already it's like this is weird. This is weird. I'm picking her up to drive her there or whatever. Her boyfriend's calling her. He's all jealous. He's all pissed or whatever. He's throwing a fit. And then we go to this. I forget the name of the hotel. It's a Minneapolis hotel, upscale hotel, nice hotel, like $500 a night hotel. They had rented the room for it, and this dude shows up, the photographer. He's just this greasy, grimy dude, and I'm like, already, it's
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
already. I'm like, something don't feel right here. So go up to the room, and it starts out innocent enough. She's taking pictures, lingerie, whatever. And I think I'm texting you the play by play. I'm like, yeah, she's doing this, doing that, whatever. You're like, yeah,
Uh,
let me know, like if she got, because you wanted to get in on it. You were like, if she got other friends that need this.
yeah, I'm like, shoot, $200-300 just for a photo shoot. I'm like, I can sit at the door.
Yeah. So, and it's awkward for me because obviously she's in, lingerie and stuff, and I'm like, what's my role as security here? Like, how close am I supposed to be watching?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
the whole pretense was he doesn't know the photographer, so she doesn't want him to try anything
Right,
slick.
right.
I'm like, am I supposed to be by the door? Am I supposed to be in the room where they're shooting? What am I supposed to do? So I'm just kind of playing it by ear and just hovering around, floating around or whatever. And this is where it starts getting weird. So they're on the bed, she's doing all these provocative poses, whatever, snapping his pictures, and then he's like, why don't we see if we can pop that top off? And I freeze. I'm like, wait, what?
Oh shoot. Yeah.
No hesitation whatsoever from this girl. Just yoink, popped it off. And I stepped away and I texted you. I'm like, she took her top.
I was like, wait, what? What's going on? Yeah.
I was like, the nipples are out, the top is off. I don't know what's going on. And so she takes, probably 15 minutes of topless photos, and I'm sitting there, arms folded, like trying not to look, like trying to be present, but I'm like, I can't. I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm an a certain way because I mentioned the jealous boyfriend,
right.
and she was flirting the whole time, the whole car ride. When she wasn't yelling, he kept calling her, and she'd answer it on speakerphone, and it was super awkward. So she'd yell at him for like a minute, hang up, start flirting with me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, like this is crazy. Yeah.
And so, taking all these topless photos, and then it gets even worse. Then the photographer's like, all right, let's lose the bottoms too. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, ain't no way she about to take her bottoms off. There's
Uh,
no way. And then she does. And once again, I step away. I'm like, hey, she's butt naked. I don't know what's
but
going on right
by
now.
that time, I'm like, what shoot is that? I was like, who is it? I was like, I don't know what kind of shoot that is.
It's even worse. So she takes, and we're still in the realm of a of a not porn shoot. Like you could still pass this off as a not porn shoot because yes,
Right,
she's naked, but she still got the blanket on. She's
right.
provocative poses, but nothing porn related yet.
Uh,
And then and then the dude literally word for word, I'll never forget this. He's like, all right, now how about you spread it open and just play with it a little bit? And I froze, like my eyes 6 feet wide. Like I'm like, play with it a little bit. And sure enough, she spread her shit. She's diddling herself. She's strumming the banjo. I'm like, what is
you're
going
like, I don't know what's going. I was like, man, be aware of your surroundings. I don't know what kind of shoot that is. I'm like, that is now gone to porn.
And the worst part is, man, this photographer, he's a greasy dude, he's a grimy dude. He would take a couple pictures and then he would look back at me like head nodding me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Like, yeah, dude, I'm not with you on this.
I was like, thank God I got paid in advance because what the hell is this? And
Whew.
so she's literally playing with herself. And once again, won't forget it because it's one of the weirdest things I've ever heard in my life. He's like, all right, now bend over and bust it open for me.
That's when I got the text. You're like, just said, quotes, bend over and bust it up. I was like, bro, I was like, you are at a porn shoot.
If I remember right, the text was all caps, and I was like, he just told her.
I was like, you are at a porn shoot now.
And then they're doing that, and eventually they go into the bathroom and they're taking shower pictures. She's literally in the bathtub with the shower head, doing things. And the whole time I'm just like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Mm.
And the shoot she goes for like 2 hours. This is a long ass photo shoot. It's like two,
Yeah.
3 hours. This is my whole day. And she eventually gets to the end and the dude's like, hey man, you wanna take your shirt off and hop in on some of these pictures? And I was like, no,
No, absolutely not. No.
security only, sir. This is not.
Yeah. This ain't that type of party, partner.
Man, it was. Yeah, I got tricked into working a porn shoot, and then the whole ride home, the entire ride home, her boyfriend, she's on the phone with her boyfriend, she's crying, he's yelling at her, he's calling her a whore.
Damn.
I'm like,
So did he know what kind of shoot she was going to?
I don't think he knew it was that kind of shoot, but I think he was told it was a boudoir shoot, and that already set him off.
Set him up, yeah. Yeah, he couldn't have known. He couldn't have known it was that type.
No, he definitely didn't know she was bending over and busting it open.
Yeah, that's some. I was remember getting the text, and I'm just like, "Oh yeah, it's laundry order." I was like, "Oh yeah, normal shoot." I was like, "It seems like it's going pretty good." Yeah, tops off. I'm like, "Well, how's it looking?" You're like, "Oh no, it's still pretty tasteful." I'm like, "All right, you're good." And then when the bounds off, I'm like, "Hey, watch your surroundings." I was like, "I don't know what this is." He's like, then she's playing with herself. I was like, yeah, this is full blown porn.
Like no penetration happened, but
Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is oh, which was weird, man. I didn't even know even I remember the chick. She didn't even seem like a chick that would do that.
nah, she didn't last very long at Bill's either. She was only there for like a month after that, and it was so fucking awkward after that, bro.
I bet I was like,
We worked together. I was like, I've seen you play with yourself.
yeah.
And then to find out, like, I found out after the fact, like, she paid the photographer to do those photos.
What?
Yeah, she paid him to build up her portfolio, and I'm like, what kind of portfolio you trying to build here?
Was she trying to? I guess she was trying to do porn.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but it was wild. I remember there was a night, like maybe a week after it happened, a Saturday night, where she was one of the girls doing Shot Show, and I was like, hey, you're gonna need to sub someone else in. I don't want to lift her onto the bar. It's like I've seen too much.
I've seen things.
I want to.
Like it's still going too far. That's what I said. Because the thing is like anyone's like usually. I mean, you can kind of look at someone and be like, yeah, I can see she might be somebody that does that. Like she didn't. She didn't at all. She didn't put that presentation or nothing at all that she would do that. So that's how I was just like, what? I was like, every time I text, I was like, for real? I'm like, nah. Like, yep, this is happening. I'm like, whew, you never know, man.
You were getting the play-by-play, and every text I was sending was like full, all caps. Like, okay. You just took your top off. So, I was off now too.
Because at the end, I was like, dude, I did because I was like, man, I don't know where he's at. Like, I don't know where you're at. I was like, but just make sure you look over us around. I was like, I don't know what this dude is because you'd already told me dude was like greasy dude. I was like, make sure nobody crazy comes busting in that door.
Just that he just told her to bend it over and bust it
over. I was like, what the? I was like, yeah, this is not a boudoir shoot.
No, it wasn't at all. And to this day, I don't know like what her motivation was because like
yeah.
Like, why did I need to beat you? She paid me $200. She paid me just straight cash $200 for 4 or 5 hours of work when you include drive time.
Maybe because she probably just didn't trust that dude.
But if you don't trust him, why did you just
But
go?
what dude? Yeah,
If this dude you just met tells you to bend over and bust it
I said,
open,
oh yeah. I'm like, that's some.
along. And and to be clear for people listening out there, if because we in a new era now. This is what 2015, 2016 that this happened. This is before the whole Me Too movement era. There's people who will listen and they'll be like, well, she probably wasn't comfortable. So he probably, she did it because she felt pressure or whatever. There was no hesitation.
No, 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 like
I
boom,
got
drop,
there.
drop, drop.
Like when he said these things, I would I would freeze for a second and I would look at her and I'm like, if there's any sign of hesitation or any sign of I'm
Yeah,
comfortable, I'm pulling her out. I'm jacking this dude up, I'm pulling her out. We're good. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm getting paid for.
yeah.
No hesitation.
No, it's
So top your top off, and it wasn't even a look at me or nothing. It was just whack tops off. Stop playing with your stuff now, and not even a hesitation. She just started playing with her
right
stuff.
at it. Oh,
Busted open. She bent over, busted open.
nope. Yeah, I just like you said, I don't know what portfolio you would be building. I have no idea.
Man, I got because it's just like clearly you didn't need me there for this. If you're gonna go along with it, like what did she think was gonna happen? Where she thought she was gonna need me there.
I wanted you to join.
I mean, nah.
He said, nah.
And the funny thing about that night too is it ended up being a night, it was a Saturday, and I didn't go to work that night because we had that party, that girl's birthday party where a bunch of us went downtown. So they all met at a restaurant first.
Yep.
I got there last. And when I walked in the door, everybody could tell that I was shell shocked. Everybody could tell like something ain't right with John. He looks like he just seen some shit. So then I had to tell the story to everybody, and they're all like, "What? What happened?"
Because the thing is, yeah, because everybody that worked with her, you wouldn't think that would be her, that she would do something like that. It's just like, yeah, co-workers out there been building porn portfolios and going on.
Wow, man. And then she never hit me up for another shoot. Before she was like, I got like 10 or 20 friends where they need security for these shoots too. And I was like, after that, I was like, I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, yeah, I can't do that shoot. I was like,
But yeah, I might have been an accomplice to some. I don't know where those photos
that's
ended.
the thing. Like I was like, did she say where it was going? Or what? I'm like, and then and you know that dude kept all that film and photos. You know, he had to make himself a copy.
Oh man, it was that era. You remember back in those times, how many girls did we know that would be like, I'm a model, and really they were paying some dude to take pictures of them.
Yes,
I'm like, if you paying the dude, you're not a model.
that's not a model. Yeah, I'm like, you're begging for a photo shoot. That's not. You're not actually getting one. Yeah, that's some grimy stuff right there, though.
Just as long as I live, I'll never forget all right, now spread it open and play with it a little bit.
Man said there was no hesitation, just boom.
Busted open for me. I was like, whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa.
yeah. I was just like, and I remember from that time that she left, every time I saw her, I was like, I just don't see it. Like, what are you doing? Like,
That meme from Kevin Hart's stand up where he's just like staring and
yeah,
blinking. That was me the whole time. I'm like, bend over, bust. Like,
look at
what?
this, look at this, look at this.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. But the thing is that even remember she wasn't there long. She took off. Maybe she got a big break.
She might have.
That might have been the break then.
That busted open might have been
Yeah. Busted open ENT.
Oh. Yeah, that's the story of the time I got coerced into working a porn shoot.
Oh,
Wild, wild night. Couldn't make that up if I tried.
crazy, crazy, crazy. Ooh.
We gotta wrap this up here. Who we got for Thursday nighter of the week this week?
I was thinking about that. I thought we had. Did we have somebody we were gonna say?
Uh it's a little dated now, but we were obviously gonna do Joy Taylor.
Yeah,
Then Zoe came on, so we forgot about her. But yes,
yeah.
Joy Taylor, if you guys don't know the story of that, Joy Taylor, man, shit cracks me up because she's the classic, when you hear her on her podcast, she's off. I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need no man, female empowerment, blah, blah, blah. And then it comes out to get where she's at Fox Sports Net, she slept with everybody,
Everyone.
giving that ass up. Everybody.
I'm like, you can't get on there and push the power, and then all of a sudden behind the scenes,
Everybody. And the funniest part, man, anytime something happens like that happens, our society's a little weird these days, but it is funny how when something like that happens, the memes, man, for like 24 hours, the memes are great.
man, they were crazy. I forgot which one. Oh, I wish I remember that one. Because I remember I was sleeping and I like kind of rolled over, was looking at memes on Instagram, and that thing popped up. I was rolling.
The one that got me was because in the suit, man, they named everybody a Fox.
Yeah.
Everybody was hit except Skip Bayless. So somebody took a clip of Skip from one of his shows and he's pounding the table. He's like, when's it gonna be my that shit had me rolling.
I mean, like freaking Skip, and even with that thing with the one lady that Skip was hitting on, and that lady went to Joy about it, and Joy was just like, "Well, what are you gonna do?" I'm like,
Bro, they said Skip was trying to hit it with Joy, and he offered her like 15 grand.
"Yeah,
Like, how down bad do you gotta be to
wow,
the idea of paying for sex to me is just wild. But 15 grand?
grand, dude, like that's ah." And I'm like, this dude is married and got his wife up in there,
Mm.
and and that's the thing of him. Like, shoot, we can throw Skip in there too. I mean, you get on there and you talk all this stuff because his big thing when he was with Shannon Sharp was integrity and blah blah blah. And I'm like, all his business came out in the street.
There's no mistake about it. Skip Bayless is a piece of shit. Like,
Yes.
the thing that gets me with Skip Bayless is he's always been a piece of shit. I was reading this book. It was all about the 90s Cowboys, their come up or whatever. And one of the most interesting parts was Skip Bayless made his name in the 90s. He was writing for the Dallas, Fort Worth,
Yeah.
whatever paper. And his big thing that got him on the map was he started accusing Troy Aikman of being gay.
Oh, that was him?
Yep, just out of nowhere, just started making these rumors up, and it gained him popularity, gained him fame or whatever. So now all Skip is really known for is crazy takes, hating on LeBron James every chance
Yeah.
he gets. And it's like, man, we really let this dude with no journalistic integrity whatsoever just get his
Yeah,
big.
all the way. Yeah.
Now, I mean, he doesn't have a job anymore. He got fired a while ago from before this lawsuit came out. I think
Yeah.
FS let go of him, but yeah, Joy Taylor got to be Thursday nighter of the week. Just ladies, if you're gonna talk the female empowerment stuff, more power to you, but live the life. Live the life. If you're
Yeah.
gonna be on that, just don't sleep your way to the top then.
Or put some footnotes in there. But like, I mean, you can do women empowerment, but if you're living this type of life, at least put it in the footnotes. Don't just be out there and then have all your business come out and all of a sudden you're the opposite of what you're pushing.
Yeah, if you're gonna talk all that I don't need a man stuff, keep talking it, but make sure they know I don't need a man until it comes time to move up in my job.
Yeah. When I'm in a job, that's a different story. Okay, to each his own, but yeah, to have that all come out.
And if you guys haven't read, you can go and read the lawsuit online too. To be clear, if this was a situation where she was pressured into doing it, it's a different conversation. Then I feel bad for her. But all of the texts they got, all the stuff, all of it was her bragging about it. All of it was her telling other female coworkers, well, just sleep with this guy to get the promotion. Like one of them was like, how are you? She was like, I'm gonna work on this show. And she was like, how are you gonna do that? She's like, well, I'm gonna go sleep with this guy. Like She wasn't pressured into doing it. She was doing
No.
it. There's even one where she said she told somebody, if I don't get my way, I'm gonna tell them that the president has been coming on to me. The president of the company has been coming on to me, and it makes me uncomfortable. She was already sleeping with the president of the company.
Yeah.
Like she was playing the game, man. She was playing the game.
Mm-mm. Thursday night. That's a definition of a Thursday nighter right there.
I think I think the male one we had was Hulk Hogan, wasn't it?
He can definitely be one.
We might need to change it. So if you guys don't know the Hulk Hogan thing, it's funny as hell. This dude, biggest racist piece of shit you ever gonna meet. Like
Mm.
he's be on tape, like saying the N word,
Oh
saying
yeah.
his daughter better not sleep with any N words or something like that.
Yeah.
Big piece.
100%. Yep.
Everybody knows he's a piece of shit now. So WWE did like their new Netflix crossover deal or whatever. They brought him out. He got booed off the stage. Wrestling fans booed him off the stage. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Because they all know, man, this dude stuff, all his dirt's coming out. Dude's just a terrible human being, man. I'm just like, ugh.
I did see today. It made me think maybe we nominate this guy this week. So did you see what your boy Snoop is doing?
Uh,
He's performing at Trump's inauguration.
I saw, oh, okay. And it was, shoot, it was, it was two other rappers too.
I saw Snoop and I saw Nelly.
No, and there was another one because they said that they were catching the slack. Yeah, that's some. I mean, and the thing is, I told people like, as far as him working, like, you get it, but you don't get it. I mean, hey, to each his own. Like, if you got money, obviously it's working for you. As far as taxes, like he's letting you keep your money, you barely paying taxes. I get it. Rich stay richer. That's what you go at, but I don't know. I don't know.
Here's been my thing pretty much the whole time is I know people who voted for Trump. If you voted for him for whatever reason, if the policies, if the ideology, whatever, if you voted for him, that's one thing. If you fly the flags and you're riding for him and you're wearing the hats, you're doing all that, you know what you're doing. There's a specific crowd that you're catering to, and I can't fuck with you anymore. I can't have you around anymore. That's my thing. I'm like, I don't care if you vote for him. Like
Yeah.
I have people in my life, I know they voted for him. I might disagree with you, clearly more people agreed with you than agreed with me. And to be clear, I didn't vote for Biden either. I didn't vote because I didn't like either of them. But there's no way I was ever gonna vote for Trump. So yeah, for Snoop, it's like because Snoop, the first time around he was talking all that if Trump wins, I'm moving out of the country bullshit. And now you're gonna perform at the inauguration, you're gonna fly the flag, you're gonna do all the come on, man. Come on.
Flip flopping. Like you can't do it. And like and the thing is like you said it right. Like, I mean, you vote for. I'm not, I don't get into big in politics or whatever. You vote for, I'm fine with it. But the thing is that if you're talking one thing, and all of a sudden next thing you know, you're performing at an inauguration, like, and the thing is that's why he's catching so much heat because everybody knows, like, we know what you said that you've been saying, and all of a sudden now,
Yep.
like, dude, what's changed?
Here's the other thing with Trump too, is people all the time they'll be like, Trump's not a racist. Trump's not a racist. He's got black friends. He's not a racist, whatever. Okay, I might disagree with that point because he catered, but you can't argue that he doesn't cater to a racist audience. And my experience, you can speak on this too, because you were in the same world that I was. Pre-2016, pre him winning the election, I never heard any white guys saying the N-word. I very rarely saw any racist shit. I mean, the one time when me and you became boys, when the dude called you the N-word and I put him down, that was right. Like the reason he got put down is because it was so shocking to hear that word.
Yep.
After 2016, man, racists started feeling a lot more comfortable. They started coming out the woodwork. They stopped hiding themselves. Before I was kind of shocked how many people around that I knew. I'm like, I didn't know you were.
That's what got me.
And then they start feeling more comfortable. That one when Trump started calling NFL players sons of bitches and then calling Nazi ralliers very fine people. That's when people started feeling real comfortable. So I can say I've witnessed it personally. There's been a shift, and racist people feel a lot more comfortable these days. And you just hear more racist shit ever since he took office in 2016. And the 4 years of Biden did nothing to stop or slow that.
Nope, not at all. And and you said it perfectly, man. Like it shocked me that how much, you know, friends that I had, well, I still have, I just don't talk to them as much. But they were like some of them kind of close friends just to find out. And then even they were speaking up more and be like, damn, really? Did he just say that? Like it's just weird. Like even I would message you and be like, man, you see what old boy said on the film? I'm like, dude, and I was just like deleting folks. I'm like, man, people getting comfortable.
Yep.
I'm like,
Yep.
just it's like it still doesn't make it right. Go out doing that stuff. And yeah, I don't know. It's a weird line, man. Weird line. And
Weird line.
the other thing that got me on that too was like along where he was doing that stuff, that thing that hit home too was like with the military, like he's down on like being dumb for going to the military, being dumb for getting a POW, getting caught, whatever. I'm like, dude, really? You president of the United States, man. And you're in command of this high force power, and then you're talking about you being dumb for going in it? Yeah, it's just not a good look to me.
So yeah, those are our two Thursday nighters of the week. We got Joy Taylor sleeping on the top, and we got well 2 for 1. Hulk Hogan being a racist piece of shit, and finally the wrestling fans realizing it and turning on
Yeah,
Snoop Dogg flip flopping. Man,
flip flopping. Ah, Snoop.
I don't know if you heard Snoop's new album, but it's actually nice. He
It's
got this
nice.
nice album. I'm like, man,
Dre
I'm
had the beats banging. Yeah, I don't know how them sales gonna go, man. That sales not going. I don't know. Or I mean, he could know something we don't know. He could more people picking
I
it
mean,
up.
the sales will probably go up because you
Yeah.
got that
Uh,
support from that side now.
yep. Shoot, yeah.
I think we hit everything, man. So next week we're gonna get one of the servers or bartenders on. We're gonna tell some more crazy stories. I've been talking to Marin, Cassie, a bunch of different people interested in. We just got to make the schedules align. So
Yeah, I got to get on. Even yesterday, I saw Bree at the Applebee's. Bree, if you're listening,
okay,
saw the fam at the Applebee's. So yeah, we had to get her on.
get her on. She's bartending forever. She got a lot of stories.
Yes. All right, brother.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Take it easy.